All right, it's now the 19th of November, and it's a toss-up. Which one I want to show because I'm happy with both of them. I think though I'm going to show this one because, like I said, I've commissioned to have one brought to the Ultimate division. This was kind of what got me started into custom, not me customizing, me buying custom figures. It actually started the, I guess the business, I wouldn't say it's friendship, but just he's become very great with customs and whatnot. I chat with him a little bit. I'm always asking him, like, hey, you want to do this one next? Ready for this one? And how quick can I pay for this one? Because when he told me it was playable and it was posable, and he's been a part of pretty much all the failed attempts at stuff. I'm hoping to keep this long term, but I'm hoping that the elite I get of this person, it just is phenomenal, and I can find a good home for this one. But until then, right now, killing it over in the AAA division. Right now he's 1-0 because there's only been one show. No tattoo yet. This is before he get that tattoo. This is before he get his wrist tattoos and his iconic look. I call it iconic because it's a what could have been mentality. And I'm talking about Sean O'Haire. Just take a moment to look at that. How nice that is. Sean O'Haire is a very difficult person to capture likeness, I feel like. I've seen some people use Terry Funk heads. This one really well done with the short, spiky hair. I so want, and I'm hoping that the one that is being, I paid for in full for a good price. I think it was originally like 150. I was able to get to 110 because of, basically because they sent me the wrong head with another figure I bought. So this one, 130 when I first got it. It was featured in my very first figure review when I had photos. And then when the figure came and whatnot, I was impressed with it. The likeness is there. Swanton, it's perfect for his early WCW days. Flawless for his WCW days. Of course, he'd have more tattoos. The gauntlet or the hand sleeve, stuff. The tape, it'd all go away. It would just be his tattoos, and then he'd have the fire on the hands. He'd get that little devil tattoo on the back, or whatever that was, a little demon tattoo thing back there. I'm hoping that the one I get that's going to be Ultimate is going to have the hair covering over the face a little bit, more of his devil advocate look. But this figure, the spin kicks, the fully playable. I've had him actually in Royal Rumbles and done way more than just pose him around. And the Widow Slam, all that good stuff. Let me grab Noam Dar. Noam Dar is not even cracked torso or anything. So, you can get him up on the Widowmaker. Then just wham, that move. I remember I used that move so many times in SmackDown Here Comes the Pain. He did the little kicks and whatnot. He did have kick pads, but he was also his 2003 WWE run. This is his WCW early invasion look. I'd say early invasion look for sure. So a lot of chops. He dropped down on one knee and do a chop move to it. So I'll tell you right now. If that elite or if that Ultimate comes out really well, this one's gonna not be on eBay. I don't go on eBay. It's gonna be up on Mercari, and I recommend if you're a custom fan, if you want a Sean O'Haire elite figure at least, I wouldn't sleep on this one. I've had him the longest time. But I only keep one of one person, and if the Ultimate is just phenomenal and just blow this one away, if the Ultimate's garbage, I don't think it will, but if it's just not to my liking, then this one's going to stay right there. But I'm thinking it's going to be time to upgrade him. Even if the Ultimate's not good, I've already talked to my customizer about doing a solo run Sean O'Haire 2003 look, so he's going to that'll be up there as well. In fact, it's in the random drawing where the battle royals I do, where I decide on who's going to be made next. Because I've got so many people I want to make, and I can't make them all at once. So I do that, and then I'm like, okay, cool. So for instance, Mark Marrow has won it, so he'll probably be a Wild Man attire in the future. Dr. Death Steve Williams won it, so he's also another one I have to have made. Matt Bentley won it as well, so he's also another one I'll have to make as well when I decide to finally retired the NXW brand, which is basically just the TNA, NWA figures from way back when. The guys that never got a Jakks version, or don't have an ultimate or a elite or anything like that. So, but let me tell you, man, this figure is just phenomenal. Great in the hand. The likeness is there. Sean O'Haire just towers over people, as you can see right there. The dude was phenomenal, and I think maybe his attitude had been nicer. I think he could have been, a mainstay. I think also that there was just so much, raw talent back then during the Ruthless Aggression era that he just kind of got lost in the shuffle. And by the time it was time to do anything with him, his attitude had soured, and he never quite got back up and got a redemption. Sadly, he would go away. He would unalive himself, I'm told. I think it was. So it is unfortunate because the dude had, the look. He had the charisma. He was definitely, a boy, if you will. The boy stable, if you follow OSW and like that. So just great figure. Again, his move, just pure, he just whip you down, hit you on the chest, and slam you down. I mean, that was it. He could have probably done the F5, I would think, but I think he had his own little thing there. The Widowmaker looked sick. It was cool. His moves, he was kind of limited on, he wasn't allowed to do what he did in WCW, all the craziness. He kind of had a limited move roster, which is normal in WWE because you want to build the guy's repetition. You want to have, you wanted to associate with certain moves, certain, attributes, and they didn't want him doing Jeff Hardy's Swanton Bomb. They didn't want him doing half the moves he was doing over in WCW. I remember he grabbed, I think it was Rey Mysterio, and he basically just chucked him. I forget what he caught him and threw him out of the ring onto people. If I remember correctly, it was some sick maneuver that he did, and I was like, dude, that is just dangerous. I mean, obviously, WCW back then was doing whatever they could to try to get noticed, to try to make new stars and new, this and that. But I remember it was pretty impressive, the move he did to Rey, just kind of chucked him out of the ring, had the power, the raw form. So Sean O'Haire, definitely one that I've been, I was impressed with, and basically the starter of me getting all these customs, of starting to do this kind of stuff for the hell of it. This guy right here.